Greetings to all. This is Antony Xavier, John Reniston here with you. Now, I'm going to talk about the concept of centralization and decentralization. Foremost, I render my sincere thanks to my professor, Dr. N. Sundarapandian. Let's get started. Centralization and decentralization are two modes of working in any organization. The degree of centralization and decentralization can be affected by many factors like nature of operation, volume of profit, number of departments, size of the concern, etc. In centralization, there is a hierarchy of formal authority for making all the important decisions for the organization. And in decentralization, decision making is left for the lower level of organization. First of all, I want to move with centralization. According to Allen, centralization is a systematic and consistent reservation of authority at central points in the organization. It is a process where the centralization of decision making in a few hands. All the important decisions and actions at the lower level are subject to the approval of top management. Under centralization, the important key and decisions are taken by the top management and the other levels are into implementation as per the directions of top level. I want to give you a few examples. In a business concern, the father and son being the owners and decide about the important matters, and all the rest of functions like product, finance, marketing, personnel are carried out by the department heads, and they have to act as per instruction and orders of the two people of owners. One more example with a famous company, Apple. Apple is an example of a business with a centralized management structure. Within Apple, much of the decision making responsibility lies with the chief executive officer, Tim Cook, who assumed the leadership role within Apple following death of Steve Jobs. The implication of centralization can be reservation of decision making power at top level, reservation of operating authority with the middle level managers, reservation of operation at the lower level at the direction of the top level. Now we are moving to decentralization. According to Allen, decentralization refers the systematic effort to delegate to the lowest level of authority except that which can be controlled and exercised at central points. It is a systematic delegation of authority at all level management and in all of the organization. In a decentralization concern, authority is retained by the top management for taking major decisions and framing policies concerning the whole concern. Rest of the authority may be delegated to the middle level and lower level of management. Delegation of authority is a complete process and take place from one person to another, while decentralization is complete only when fullest possible delegation has taken place. For example, for decentralization, the general manager of a company is responsible for receiving the leave application in the whole of the concern. The general manager delegates this work to the personnel manager, who is now responsible for receiving the leave application. On the other hand, on the request of the personnel manager, if the general manager delegates discovered to all of the department of level, in this situation, decentralization has taken place. Good example of decentralization business are hotels, supermarkets, dress showroom, and etc. Because it is not possible for one person to focus on more than 100 branches which have branches throughout the world. Take an example of a hotel. One more example with a company, the Google. This organization structure is highly decentralized, which makes sense considering the large size of organization. Decision making process is spread across a number of individuals and outlets, with some of these individuals being located miles away. This organization gives the management time and opportunity to concentrate on important tasks, as other duties are delegated to lower level manager. This structure also is empowering, as a decision making process is decentralized to non-stop management employees, and this creates sense of ownership, is a source of employee motivation, and this effectively encourages productivity. The implication of decentralization can be there is less burden on the chief executive as in the case of centralization. The subordinates get a chance to decide and independently which develop skills and capabilities. Then diversification and horizontal can be easily implanted in decentralization. Finally, these all are saying that everything that increasing the role is decentralization and decrease the role is centralization. Thank you.